gonna do our experiment. I had a little boil over there, but this is where we're gonna do our final refining. I'm gonna get started on that in just a minute. We had the hot plate show up yesterday, so we're gonna try to figure this thing out. Okay, that's what I have to work with today. I've got 3 ounces of silver that we stripped off the silver plated items, and a little Pyrex pitcher and some Ruto, which is diluted sulfuric acid. And I'll put that in there and we'll sit her on the hot plate and kind of wait for it to do its thing. It's supposed to break all the impurities down into a solution, and then we'll see how it goes from there. I have no idea. Obviously, I don't want to be breathing any of that stuff, and I don't want to pour it in there too fast. You can see the reaction starting.
On the thing.
Come over here so you're not in the gas. Can you see over it from back here?
Yeah. Oh. Oh. This looks like
It's doing its thing.
looks like yeast.
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen when it starts boiling. Hopefully it won't boil over. No, that's the acid eating all the inorganic and bologna away. You can smell it a little bit.
I can't.
Well, it's just drained by it's designed like that's designed to form your sink. All done, cooled down. I had it on here for about 2 hours boiling, and I've let it cool down for about 45 minutes. Now I got this jar of water and I'm pouring this solution, everything that's in there, into the water. I'm not sure. I'm going to go slow. It's like there's a bunch of stuff at the bottom. Try and wash that out. That's it. Looks like it's definitely changed colors. I'm going to let that sit there for a while and do what it's going to do. It looks like there's some slight settling on the bottom. I'll let that settle out there, and then the next step is to add salt. So I'll give this about 30 minutes and then we'll start again. Next step is to add salt. Right now I believe we have silver sulfide, and adding salt turns it into silver chloride, I believe. Let's see what happens. Whoa. I don't know if this is exothermal reaction, if it's going to heat up and boil, so I got to kind of take it slow. I had to pour some off. I got a little carried away, I guess. It's my water. Gotta get some more salt. Pour a little more in there. I don't know why, but I'm gonna. I don't think it's gonna matter. Pour a little more in there. And try and stir it up a little bit. Guess I don't understand why it turned green again. Maybe I gotta add more salt. Don't know. Make sure I got enough. Really didn't turn colors like the other one did. Now I'm going to pause and let that sit for a bit. Okay, now the next step is you got to pour this top of this water off. This is wastewater. that settle down in there a little bit. Pull some more off of it, I guess. Yeah. In case I didn't get it all converted over, I'll try this again later to see how much I can turn again. Pour all the rest of this in this one. And then pretty much what you're supposed to do is just wash it. Keep washing it until you get the sulfuric acid out of the mixture. Settles down pretty fast. Settles out pretty quickly. Get some more water. It settles out pretty quick. You're supposed to keep doing this until you get rid of that color. Oops. Almost full on my container. Don't look like there's much color left after this one. Maybe I'll get lucky. Let that settle out. I'll keep washing this anyway. Next step is to add good old household lye. But it is kind of interesting. I read on it when I was doing a little research on this stuff that if you leave the silver chloride out in the sunlight, it turns purple, which is what happened here. It doesn't do anything to it, but I just noticed it. So, oh, gotta get a smaller. Well, maybe I'll just dump it in. Guess I'm supposed to stir like crazy, but I can't really reach it. Throw a little more in there. I don't know how much is too much. I don't know if you can make too much, or I think I read that if you put too much in, it turns into sodium hydroxide, but I don't even know what that means. Oh, you found him? That helps. Thanks, Mom. I might as well try a little bit more in there. Oh, it's turning black. I think that's what it's supposed to do. Yeah, I think that's what it's supposed to do. It's smoking a little too. So far so good. I think it's doing everything it's supposed to do. Okay. We'll let that sit there for a little bit, and then last step, we're going to put sugar in it. Last step, add the sugar. This is supposed to, I guess you're supposed to go slow because this actually starts to potentially want to boil. If I did everything right, that is, though, because it don't really look like that's what's happening. Huh. Stir it up. I don't know if I messed something up. Actually, I thought what happened was it started to heat up, and then it precipitated out the silver on the bottom, and the liquid got clear. Hopefully that'll do something. If not, I'm have to go back and see what I did wrong. Here I seen some steam coming up. See it getting hot. See the steam coming. Now you do.
Oh yeah, now I do. Oh yeah.
Hopefully it won't break my jar. Shouldn't. Mama, can you go get me some more sugar? I guess I didn't get enough, maybe. I think it's supposed to heat up and then the silver drops out to the bottom and the rest of the solution is clear, but ain't happening. Let's try a little bit more sugar, I guess. It did heat up though. It's definitely hot. It's definitely hot. I'm not putting any more sugar in it though. Well, it'll either work or it won't. I'm going to shut this off and then we'll see what comes of it. Okay, I've decided to try and pour this off because I think there's silver in there. I just can't see it. Get this over here better. I'm just going to take a look, and if there's silver in there like I think there is, then I'm going to pour it back in the jar or leave it in this jar and let it settle out overnight. Probably easier to pour it out of this jar. I can't see yet. Oh, there is silver in it. There is silver in it. That's it. That's all silver in there. That's all silver. I started out with 3 ounces of my powder. So after, I'm going to let this settle out overnight. And then, because I'm sure it's still settling out in here. And then we'll see what it looks like in the morning. And then I'll pour it off and dry it out. And then we'll work on melting it down and see what kind of a little silver bar we can get out of it. Yeah, it's still settling out. Okay, that's it for now. It's the next day. There hasn't been a whole lot of change in what it looked like, and after looking at some of the other experiments I've seen online, this is pretty much what it looks like. So I'm going to pour it off and just start cleaning it like it says. I guess there was quite a bit that settled out. At least it looks cleaner in the glass. Well, I'm just going to keep doing that and keep washing it, and then after I do it several times, we'll, I guess, kick it into the next step. Basically, I washed it all out of that tall jar and put it into this pan. It's got a little bit of water in there with it. So now I'm going to heat it up and cook the water off and get a weight on the actual silver that's in there. I actually started out with 3 ounces of powder, silver powder, which that's what it looked like. I have a little over a pound of this powder, so I'm real curious to see how much I get out of it, because I know there's a lot of copper and brass and whatever else in that powder, but we'll see. Alright, I'm going to go evaporate this off, and then I'll film the next step. That's what I ended up with. About 50%. I got some waste in there that I'm going to eventually get back out, and I got some in my waste containers that I put in there too. It might add up to about 3 grams maybe. So I assume it's a little more than 50%. We'll see how this boils out. That'll be the true test, because there's actually still moisture in some of this. I left some in there just so when I start hitting it with the torch, it don't blow out all over the place. Okay, I'm going to melt this down. Then I guess next time you see this, it'll be hopefully a nice silver bar. Well, that's what I got. 0.6 ounces. That's a little disc that I melted down and in the crucible and poured into our little mold. That's the first time I've done it, and I think I left quite a bit in my crucible, as it is kind of dirty. That's a little mold. So quite a bit to figure out here, but still really cool. Now I got about almost 2 pounds more of this stuff to do. So based on that, I'll have to do the math, but we'll have a few ounces in the end. That's pretty much it.